March of the Machine traditional draft. I guess best of 3 means traditional, so it's kind of the same thing. We've got about 2 hours, so we can probably get through at least one of these before we have to go. So without further ado, let's jump right in. Interested to see how best of 3 plays out. There's a sideboard color hoses, which are basically most of them unplayable in best of 1, but in best of 3, they should be pretty high picks because, they're very efficiently costed for what they do. Whether it's the black one that just basically wraths your opponent's board, or the white one which prevents all combat damage they deal, gives you hexproof and stuff. Those are big swings for very cheap amounts of mana. So I expect there'll be pretty high picks in best of 3. Any other differences between best of 3 and best of 1? I don't know. I guess we'll see. Speaking of color hoses, here's one. Surge of Salvation. We've actually got a really strong pack though. So cards that stand out, obviously our rare, Fairy Mastermind, the player's card. Yuta Takahashi's card is very good. 2 mana, 2/1 flying is good. Give it flash, even better. Then it's got an ability. It's actually fairly relevant in this format, I've found. And you can also just activate it. So you both draw a card, but you draw 2 cards. So it's still good. The second card that stands out is Volcanic Spite. Very good commons. Top red common, in my opinion. Then there's Halo Forager, which seems very sweet. I'd love to get to do that. Unlikely that it wheels, but potential. There's Surge of Salvation. That's the color hose I'm talking about. And I think other cards is Pyretic Prankster. And Invasion of Moag seems like a pretty solid battle as well. So all of these cards seem good. I'm going to take the rare. I think it's the highest upside, but there was a lot of good cards in that pack. So from this pack, what have we got? We've got a battle, Invasion of Vryn, draw 3, then discard a card. And then you can basically copy another spell, which is fine. It's not super exciting. Realm Breaker. Your opponent mills 3 cards, put a land card from their graveyard. Okay, slow ramp, and then, yeah, it's basically unplayable. Norn's Inquisitor is very good as well. Kind of leans you more in a black-white. Not sure if it's a black-white gold card yet, but certainly it leans you towards black-white. What else do we have? We've got Phyrexian Gargantua, which also seems pretty solid. Draw 2 cards, lose 2 life. It is a 6-drop. Angelic Intervention's here. I'm a bit down on the Angelic Intervention, to be honest. So it looks like someone took a battle from this pack. So I can't see that there's a battle here. I think the choices are either between the Gargantua and the Norn's Inquisitor. I'm going to take the Norn's Inquisitor. I think white is a better color than black at this stage, or at least I prefer it. Blue-white is a very solid archetype. 2 drops, like, just take cheaper spells, but generally better. This next pack, so we've got Invasion of Eldraine, which I like a decent amount. Limited resources, I just heard talking about this card, and I really didn't like it, but I think it's pretty solid. 4 mana for discard 2 is not a good rate. But in this format, cards do matter. People often have cards in hand. There's a lot of mana sinks, so hard place to spend mana. Then if you flip it, it's a 2/2 flyer, but it's basically dealing 2 damage to them every turn at that point. So it's almost like a 4/4 flyer, which is a great rate. Or 2/2 flyer, it also pings them 2 every turn. There's also Aetherblade Agent is another strong black card. I think I'm going to stick with blue. I think Fairy Mastermind is better than the battle or the Aetherblade Agent. And so I'm going to take a card that matches with it. I don't think either of these are bombs. I think they're like C pluses. And in this format, there's a lot of powerful cards. I also think this card's a C plus for what it's worth. So if you can manage to stay open, you could get past actual bombs, like A's. And so you prefer to be taking those than the C plus cards. What have we got here? So we've got Baral. Instant sorceries cost 1 less. Interesting. Not quite sure how exactly relevant that is. There's another Gargantua. Only blue card is Temporal Cleansing, which I haven't actually played yet. I think it's okay, but sorcery does hurt it. In terms of white, Cut Short is pretty decent. So I think the best cards in the pack are probably Gargantua, Baral. Well, I don't think Baral's very good. I'm going to take Gargantua. I think it's just the strongest card in the pack. I'm not going to put too much weight on it. I just don't think Baral or the other one was good enough to be straight blue. Although speaking of blue, I do think Order of the Mirror is probably good enough just to take. There's blue-black card in Rona, which was pretty medium in the set that it was in. I haven't really seen it work in this set, but there's not even an instant and sorceries matter theme as much in this set, so I don't think Rona's going to be very good. The 2-drops that transform, I've been very impressed by. I think they're very good. Especially if you're... I mean, they're pretty much good in any deck. I was going to say if you're playing a long game, they're good. You know, just as an interesting note, I see people talking about like tempo and control all the time. But really, I think it's more useful to sort of divide them into long game or short game. You know, tempo game basically means short game. You want the game to end quicker. And control means long game. You want the game to go longer. And you can kind of add that on to, do you want a big game or a small game? That's another like factor, big game or small game. Like if you want a big game, you want the board to be wide. You want lots of permanents in play. You're probably playing stuff like, you know, put a +1/+1 counter on all your creatures, or all your creatures get, you know, inspired charge. That one's a big game. Whereas if you're playing a small game, you want to restrict resources on both sides. You want your opponent to be sacking stuff. You want to be sacking stuff. So like black-red sacrifice is a small game deck. But you can kind of combine those two in different ways. You know, you can have a like a long game, small game deck, which is unusual. It's more likely to be a short game, small game deck. But a long game, small game deck is just basically an attrition deck. And in those kind of decks, you don't really mind what their life total is. Basically, if you're playing a long game, you don't mind what their life total is. I'm kind of getting carried away here. What's this do? There's 2 life and draws 2 cards. They get first draw off of those. That seems terrible. I think I'll take Realmbreaker's Grasp here over Protocol Knight. Yeah, anyway, so if you're playing a long game, battles are great because you don't care about their life total as much and you just want more resources. In the same way that you're playing a big game, you probably like battles. All right, so what have I got? A choice here between Cut Short, which is a fairly decent card, and Aetherblade Agent, which I think is just a better card. So I'm divided as to whether I'm going white or black at this point. There's no blue card in this pack. Slightly annoying. We'll see what comes around to us. This was our opening pack. So it had one of these, had a Gargantua. I'm already forgetting the other cards it has. So blue is the card I'm most likely to be. Best card in the pack, I don't think this is very good. It's probably Shatter the Source. I think I'm safer just to take a blue card, even though it's not really a blue card that I want to play necessarily. Could take another one here. Best card in the pack, I guess, is this, although I'm not super impressed with this one. There's also a Halo Hopper. You have to be pretty into Convoke to make it work. I don't really have any Vigilance, though white does have Vigilance. You could also take the land. Tough. Boulder Slinger is probably... I do really like Cyber Cryptomancer as well. So Cyber Cryptomancer is good if you're convoking. Boulder Slinger is good if you want, as I said, a short game. What do I want? I kind of want a long game with this because I have Fairy Mastermind, which makes a long game better. So I'm going to pass the Boulder Slinger. 2 good 2-drops here. Don't have one in either of my colors. I guess I'm slightly more likely to be blue-red than blue-green. It is a 1-drop. 1-drops are less replaceable than 4-drops, even though I don't really want that. Shadow the Source. Theoretically, it could be like a blue-red Convoke deck. Let's see what this next pack brings. So, someone took the Color Hate card as well, so it's worth noting. So best of 3, obviously, the Color Hate cards are more valuable. Invasion of Dominaria. Finn the Fangbearer, which is great, but I don't have any green cards currently. So our rare is Omnath, Locus of All. I saw someone, Beers SC, crushed me the other day with a deck that was playing Omnath in it, which was very cool. I say crushed because he wraths my board and then I had nothing. This pack is kind of garbage for blue, unfortunately. There's another Order of the Mirror, which I think I'm going to take because, again, blues is my best color. I don't think Invasion of Dominaria is worth necessarily committing to white for, because I might be black. So I'm going to stick to the blue theme, even though that's a pretty underwhelming pick. So here there's Wrath. I have 1 instant, 1 sorcery. There's also Invasion of Vryn. Draw 3, discard a card. Will be my first battle. In terms of black, there's not much. It's just like this 18/6 creature. I'm interested in having battles. I'm also interested in Wrath potentially. Although I am heavier blue than white, which makes Wrath slightly worse. Copy the next spell. This is not that good, but draw 3, discard a card can be okay. I'm undecided then. I don't know how good that battle is. With that said, I do know how good Marshal of Zalfir is. Very good card. These are knights. Fairy is obviously not a knight. That's a knight. And white has a lot of knights in it. So I think from this, I mean, obviously it's not as much of a signal because it's going, it's the second pack. So I only get a definite 2 people, probably not in blue-white. Worth looking at this one briefly. It's okay. Sacrifice not defeated, draw a card, you make a land card. There's a lot of stuff going on, but it seems pretty complex. This card is very strong. So I think this is probably going to put me into blue-white. Blue-white knights, which is a very strong archetype. It's probably like my forerunner for like one of the best archetypes. So I think Sigiled Sentinel is better than Kithkin Billy Rider. Although the Kithkin actually has a place, like Double Strike, especially with the Marshal is very good. I think the Sigiled Sentinel is just better, generally speaking. But I could definitely see this being pretty decent. Cut Short would be nice. If I could wheel a Cut Short. I'm really also after, there's a combat trick that you can convoke. Wow, 2 of them. There's a combat trick that you can invoke that gives +2/+2 and flying, which is a common, and I haven't seen any yet, but is very good in this style of deck, especially if you've got Wrath, you're making lots of bodies. Maybe the Order of the Mirror Wheels. People don't like that card, apparently. But yeah, taking a second Marshal now, just like all soldiers, please. This is a rare convoke. Make our sorcery spells this turn as a dead flash. All right, we're not taking that. Probably taking Sun to the Gateway. It's tempting to take Tranquil Cove and just like have good mana. I often find that these decks have a lot of mana requirements, but this is a pretty solid 2. It triggers Wrath. It doesn't make a soldier. But it's also a good sideboard card and it is best of 3. Wow, that is a late Volcanic Sprite. I would take that, but it's too late at this point. I've got the double Marshal. This is not a card you want to splash necessarily. Angelic Intervention is a decent card. I've been somewhat underwhelmed in decks that don't have instant speed stuff to do, because you tap out and they kill your thing, and then you're like, well, couldn't use my Angelic Intervention after all. So here, Oculus Whelp is not a knight. I don't think anything. There's another Phyrexian Gargantua. There's another Halo Hopper. I don't really want to play either of those cards if possible. So I guess I'll take Oculus Whelp. I have 2 things that transform. It's currently pretty bad. Okay. This is one of the color hate cards I was talking about. Just counter it if it's red or green. So that's pretty good for the sideboard. Rampaging Geoderm going pretty late here. So here's a battle. Invasion of Vryn if I want one, and I have Gitaxias. I'll take my first battle. Maybe I can copy my marshal and I can have 3 marshals. Skull Shift. Simulate Essence. Or blue-red land for the splash. I haven't seen anything I want to splash yet. I think the counter could be okay for the sideboard. Cut short is very nice. Nice pickup there. Wow, we did wheel it. Hooray. All right, it's got reach. It's a good sideboard card. And yeah, I guess we might play that. 3 mana, 1/1 backup 2, sack a creature, deals damage to any target. Yeah, fine, but not amazing. Skyclave Aerialist. It's basically amazing. Unfortunately, not anything else in this pack that we're really excited about wheeling. Maybe we get Temporal Cleansing back. I guess this is a Knight. I don't have anything with First Strike yet. But it's a Knight, so you can see that wheeling. There's a second Inquisitor. Another Spite. It's basically second Inquisitor versus Realm Breaker's Grasp. I don't think the Grasp is that good. I have a few removal spells. I'm going to take the Inquisitor. They do stack quite nicely. Now the Eyes of the Ataxis is looking pretty good. It's unfortunate I'm kind of... Oh, it's also a Knight? I was going to say, I'm kind of split between the Knights and the Phyrexians at this point. But at least this kind of bridges the gap. So let's take that. I don't want to play this card if I can help it. It's not a Knight either. I've got a few cards that I don't really want to play if I can help it. Ooh. There's another Volcanic Spite. Jeez. So this can't be a Knight here, all right. The Xerox Strobe Knight, which is, I think, what I'm going to take from this pack. But all these other cards are pretty strong too. There's the Surge of Salvation, the sideboard card I was talking about, which may wheel. There's Tetsuko, which just is a strong card in this format. There's a lot of 1Xs and X1s. And then there's just like some other good Knights. But the Xerox Strobe Knight, very decent. I have a lot of 2s, so it's entirely possible I play this on 3 and then double spell on 4 and just make a Knight. And you get to attack with it as well. So yeah, things that I'm looking to cut, Oculus Whelp, the Halo Hopper. I would actually really like a blue-white dual land. What about another Marshal of Zhalfir? I mean, I guess so. I guess I'll take it. Interested in trying Invasion of Dominaria at some point. Haven't actually put it in a deck yet. But yeah, I'm not going to pass up the third Marshal. There's that aerial boost. Would really like to wheel that. Triple Marshal of Zhalfir. Followed by a Knight in red. Yeah, okay, there's only one card we can potentially play, and it's okay. I mean, again, it's not a Knight, and we really do want to push the Knight synergies currently with 3 Marshals. So basically going to pick most things that are Knights over other cards, even if they're terrible Knights. But I don't think there are really any terrible Knights is the thing. Here's a great Knight. There's Invasion of Tawashi, which is going along that Incubate theme. It's funny because we actually have quite a lot of Incubate theme, but I think the Triple Marshal is stronger than this Incubate theme. Because we have like these 3 that flip, 4 that flip. It would be good in our deck, but I think I'm just going to take the Knight. 4 Marshals of Zhalfir? This is kind of getting ridiculous. It's in the same pack as Aerial Boost again. What's going on? All right. Target creature or enchantment. Well, I guess we could sideboard that in. We have a sideboarding in another one of these. Hard to see it happening. Hard to see us doing this either, really. Could I sideboard in this? No, Temporal Cleansing could be okay. I'm not sure if I'm going to play 2. I mean... Oh, come on! This is a knight, though. I gotta pass this to pick up this terrible knight that I'm not going to play. Alright, good combat trick wield, but also Surge of Salvation. I think I'm so stuffed for playables currently. I'm going to take a better sideboard card over this combat trick, which is perfectly good. Okay, aerial boot. Oh, but there's a knight. Ah! What are you doing to me? What are you doing to me? Yep. All right. I'm taking the knight. I'm taking the. I've got 4 Marshals of Zalfir. Anything that says knight on it is like has to go in the deck. Halo Hopper, get out of here. What's not a knight? Or a removal spell? Wrath? Disturbing Conversion. Get out of there. Sunder the Gateway might just be a sideboard card at this point. Oh, these eyes are not knights, so I can take those out. One cleansing. How many instants and sorceries do I have? 2. Is Wrath just terrible? I think Wrath just might be awful now. Weird. Didn't think I'd be cutting Wrath from this deck. How good is this battle? Do I... You have to copy something that you then play next. Seemed pretty derpy. Actually, how much do I care about draw 3, discard a card? I care about it. Yeah, I think I'll keep it in. I actually think the front side of that is probably going to be worth it because I don't have the card draw from Wrath now. So for Wrath to be good, I'd have to play... I mean, like, I think I can almost bring Wrath in from the board if I bring in Change the Equation, or Surge of Salvation, and like Temporal Cleansing. The other option is I could play Temporal Cleansing number 2. Then I've got 5 instances. It's still not very good. I mean, Wrath as a pump spell is also okay, so its base is decent. But I do have to cut 2 cards, and it isn't a knight. And I do have a lot of blue-white cards. Yeah, all right. This is not a knight either. I do care about protecting my Strobe Knight. I care somewhat about Convoke, so it would be okay. Actually, I do have 2 quite... I mean, all of these are quite high-value targets. So I can either main deck this or bring it in from the board. The question is now, is Sunder the Gateway better or worse than Cyber Cryptomancer? Because now I don't have Wrath, I don't care as much about instants and sorceries. So the only thing this synergizes with is Norn's Inquisitor, which is decent. Backup 1 Hexproof, I think it's actually pretty good. I like playing at instant speed, kind of. So do I cut Sunder? Do I have ways to spend... I do have ways to spend mana. Maybe this battle is just bad. I'm going to start it like that, and then if I need card advantage, I'll bring in the battle. Now we have 16 to 11. I think I do want 17 lands in this deck. I've been kind of burned by not playing enough sources, and we're playing best of 3, and we've got marshals to spend mana. How many knights do we end up with? 15? Okay. Oh, hang on. I'll export the deck to Stream Decker. So everyone can see what I'm actually playing. This is blue white knights. It's funny, I didn't end with many vigilance things. I don't know how good the 3/4 flying convert is going to be, but we'll get to test it out. The deck looks pretty good. What would you say the weaknesses are? I mean, it's lacking a bit of removal, I guess. Doesn't have any 1-drops. Looking for things to criticize. Got too many 2-drops, maybe? How many 2s do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. I've got 15 2-drops. Oh, gosh. All right, there's Marshall. Somehow I've managed to have like the 2 non-knights in my hand, so Marshall's better when we can kind of protect it anyway. Because on 4, for instance, I could drop Marshall and have Cryptomancer up. Zalfirin Lancer. Cut short is pretty decent. So +1/+1 against Vigilance. This only destroys tapped creatures. So what do I want to do here? I definitely want to attack. So I could play Cyber Cryptomancer, and then I'll only have 2 mana, so I wouldn't be able to cut short as well. So if I want to attack with Skyclave Aerialist, the other option is I can Temporal Cleansing, which does use my mana. It stops me from attacking, but does use my mana nicely. I might do that. Because this card is actually kind of hard to get rid of with the cut short if they have a lot of knights. It keeps getting Vigilance. Okay, they did want it. Okay, they had a knight. So here I think I play Marshall. I keep up Cyber Cryptomancer and cut short. If they don't attack, I guess I play Cryptomancer and I'm slightly sad. Because I can, yeah. They're probably attacking, right? They're pretty incentivized to kill the Marshal because the Tiller means whenever they target something, they get to incubate. Okay, well, never mind. Still, if they attack with this Tiller, I still get to... Okay, here we go. Yeah, if they didn't attack there, it would have been a bit lame, basically. All right, so let's play Marshall here. Marshall, and then leave up the second Marshall, I think. Oh, maybe I should have played the order if that's the play. Because my plan was I'm going to tap with this Marshall if they don't use a removal spell on it. If they play a knight... Oh, okay, so here they go. So they're going to try and Get rid of this marshal, and then I just do this. Give it hexproof. Now we're cooking. Now we're cooking with gas. So I can play Order, leave up Fairy Mastermind, or Marshal. Another Lancer. Okay. So then we can tap this one. This is a 4/3. And pay 3 and transform it. So is there a way I win here? This doesn't get any bigger power. So I think the play I'm always doing is to do this. 5, 9, 10, 11. They have to block one of these. If I attack with this, they block that and they take 3, 7, 8, 9. So yeah, I think it's probably actually attacking with Marshal there is fine. But they conceded before I could do that. Blue white knights. Sorry, green white knights looks like. How good is disturbing conversion? Does it lose all abilities? No, that's the other one. That's the stasis field. But I'm attacking on the ground, so stasis field's not very good. They have green spells. So I could put in change the equation, but all of their spells that they cast were white. So probably not great at this point. Could bring in another temporal cleansing. Was there anything that was bad? They have a 2/4 and 3/3. So I guess 2/2s are not great. Could take out Sunder the Gateway, although they do have Seal. If I took out Sunder and put in like temporal cleansing, nah, that just Sunder's just got such a good fail rate of being a 2/2. The flash stuff was really paying off, keeping the mana up for Marshall and having the Cryptomancer. Cryptomancer just seems like a pretty solid card, honestly. Probably one of the better blue commons. So we're going to go Order. Is this a hexproof? Target of abilities. So I can still target with spells. I'm going to go Order here. And then next turn, depending on what they do, Swordsform Cavalier. They don't want to trade. Good information to know. So I think here we just leave up Cyber Cryptomancer and Cut Short. It's quite probable they will play a Knight. If they don't do anything, probably don't play the Cryptomancer, which is entirely possible. They might just play a creature and pass. It's probably the best play is to just play a creature and pass. Goreclaw. Power 4 or greater, costs 2 less to cast. Each creature you control is 4 or greater. Okay, I probably want to cut short that. Question is, are they going to attack here? No. So I saw Seal from Existence. What does it do? 4 greater gets +1/+1 against Trample. So it attacks as a 5/4. So I probably just want to cut short. I don't think it's worth playing anything. Play Marshall. And then I I can Cryptomancer and cut short if I need to. And then now I've got the Martial mana online next turn, theoretically. Probably just going to attack with like the Sword Sworn Cavalier. So, do I want to trade this for Shana? The Order of Lyra for Shana. Shana's getting smaller. My Order of the Mirror is getting bigger. They have an opportunity to kill my Martial post-combat. I could also just take the damage and cut short end of turn. If I'm doing that, I kind of want to block Shana. Because cut short just destroys a tapped creature. Okay, let's just do this then. When it enters the battlefield, look at the top 6 cards of your life. Maybe up to 2 creature cards of mana value of X or less, where X is the number of creatures that convoked it. So they get to look at one. So they have to reveal 1 creature card with mana value 1. No, 2 creature cards. They get to reveal up to 2 creature cards with mana value 1, which seems unlikely. All right, so now we'll cut short this. Okay. Annoying, but fair enough. So now we'll play Xerox Strobe Knight. Oh. So if I play Xerox Strobe Knight and Martial, or so that I really want to play the Xerox Strobe Knight first, because then I can start activating it. I could play Xerox Strobe Knight and then just keep up Cyber Cryptomancer, and then next turn Martial and Preening Champion. Okay. Keep up the Cryptomancer here, and I'll probably price Interact just playing this Cryptomancer. Seal from Existence, yeah, okay. I mean, I'm definitely playing it now, but I'd probably just attack with both, right? Why would you not attack with this thing? I'm never blocking it. Am I chumping the 4? No. Okay. So this turn I go Preening Champion. I'm doing this all pre-combat as well. Martial. And I attack for 4. And then I make a 3/3. At some point, they're going to run out of removal spells. Another Convoke spell? Attack with the 4/4. Do I have good blocks? Not really. I think at this point I will just jump. My life total is getting a bit more important. Next turn I've got the Marshals to tap them down. Well, this is kind of stupid. 10, 16. So if I attack with this and they block the 5, they take 4, 10, 15. Yeah, all right. Looks like they might have the +2/+2 or tandem takedown. Okay. Block the Marshal, take a ton of damage. Well, I got to show off all my Marshals in that game. Yeah, if I don't have mana problems, this deck seems very good. Speaking of mana problems, can't cast any cards in this hand. Okay, do we want blue or white more? We have more blue in our deck. We have more white in our hand. Ugh. So, thinking this through, it's more likely that I want to keep up Angelic Intervention on the turn that I play Marshal. So I'm going to do it that way. Because Angelic Intervention is the kind of thing that you might want to leave up on a turn. Order of the Mirror, okay. Second Marshal. So here do I want to play my own Order, or do I want to play Norn's Inquisitor? This is a Knight, Incubate 2, but it's a bit slower. I think I'll just play the bigger front side card. Also, it's blue. Invasion of Azkul. Okay, so I sack the Order. Got a land, which is nice, because now I can go Inquisitor, and then next turn play Marshal with Angelic Intervention back up. That's a good card. Okay. The beats are on. So now I think I just play Marshal and keep up Angelic Intervention / flip this thing. And hopefully they try and use a removal spell when I get to Angelic Intervention. This thing's pretty burly. Ral's Reinforcements, okay. Yes, do it. Temporal Cleansing. Right, well, now I have to give this pro blue, which is a bit random. They can still attack with Raptor if they want. Okay, they didn't want to. So now I think Preening Champion, keeping up the tap ability on Marshal, / flipping this, and then next turn we can play the second Marshal and start attacking with Preening Champion. We're kind of getting at risk to just flooding out a bit too much here. Wait, they have more spells? No. 4 mana Convoke. Stoke the Flames? Definitely Stoke the Marshal. Ah. Okay. 2 stun counters there. That makes sense. I flip that, so that becomes 3. So this has menace. So if I tap this, oh, I've got a 1/1 here as well. If I tap this, they attack with that. They attack with everything. I take 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 probably. Whereas if I use this to flip, they attack with this, which is still 7. Six, 7. So it's 7 either way, right? It's 7 either way. So I think I just let them attack if they want. Because this is a more efficient use of my mana. I could now try and kill the rampaging raptor by blocking with this and this. Guess let's see if they have a response. No. So is killing the raptor good is another question. I think so. Grows the Ashen Reaper, but prevents some damage to me. Play a second Marshal. And now do I attack with Nonce Inquisitor? So basically I still can't really block the order. So let's attack. Pass to attackers. So I will now tap the order. It's a better blocker. So I can only use one of them to tap. Okay. So they are red, blue. Red, blue, and then they're splashing this battle. Temporal Cleansing, Wicked Slumber. Hexproof again seems good. Prevent all damage to black and or red sources. And counter red spells. These are red, that's red, this is red. But they also give my stuff hexproof, so that seems like a very good sideboard card. This one might be a bit more dubious. Mana value 2 or less, didn't see many of those. How much am I holding up counter spells? I want to be. How good is Sun of the Gateway? It's just a 2/2. Do I like Raph in this matchup? Because I could bring in like, I think temporal cleansing of my own is probably too slow. So in that case, I don't want RAF. Do I want something like a disturbing conversion, for instance? How good is it to counter rampaging raptors? Decent. Maybe I'll take out Sunder and I'll put in change the equation. We'll see how good change the equation is. It does count. It counts half the deck theoretically. Double Marshal, 5 lands. Okay. It's not the best hand in the world, but because probably the first Marshal dies. If the first Marshal dies, the second Marshal dies. Let's do Norns then. It's really valuable having this incubate token letting us play at instant speed. Let's just do Preening Champion and attack for 1. Okay, so it looks like they have the red-black make you sack something. Battle. Oh, or just Rails reinforcements. That works too. So here I think we just drop the double Marshal. And get frisky. Presumably at least one of these Marshals is dying. Possibly both, if they have a lot of cards in hand. Or possibly neither. In which case we are in great shape. So they do have, when it dies, draw a card. Okay. Here's a tip to winning. Don't concede too early. You can get a few percentage points on the win there. All right. Well, 2-0. Wouldn't be surprised if this deck trophied. It's pretty solid. Pretty solid. I mean, the 4 Marshals is kind of absurd, isn't it? Yes, I was finally in the right archetype for the multicolored uncommon. You know that feeling when you're in the wrong archetype and just keep passing them. Actually, I think there's something in this set where uncommons are actually opened more frequently than commons. You're more likely to see uncommons in your like sort of the same uncommon as your common. Fine. Keep 6. Angelic Intervention seems hard to cast. Okay. Ah, damn it. Well, we're behind, but we just want to hit one more land, really. What goes? Protocol Knight's actually fairly decent at catch-up. Norn's Inquisitor's pretty slow and it is white. But it's a 2-drop. So if I draw land, I'm playing Preening Champion. I think the Protocol Knight might actually be quite important in catching us back up. The Northern Inquisitor is fairly mana intensive. Do 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 do. If they could just draw a second card, that would be nice, please. Have something that draws a card. I mean, if their board's not getting bigger, it's good for me. Any land here is good. Interesting. What's this flip into? It's going to be hard to deal with, actually. Okay, I think I'm dead. This is one of those points where I can concede. Black, red. Okay. So the conversion didn't see anything for it. Black and red. So obviously this is good. And then the counterspell. Yeah, the counterspell actually seems solid here too. Let's take out this one. Cut short seems okay. Temporal cleansing seems less good. All right, we just hope we don't have to. I could take out Realm. I could have taken out Realm Breaker's Grasp to actually had the sacrifice stuff, so that's less good. Okay. Kind of unfortunate that I had 2 lands and like in my deck of 15 1-drops, I couldn't cast any. You and permanents you control gain hexproof until end of turn. I don't think there's anything that gets me, but maybe there's like a discard spell. I don't probably care about a discard spell. So let's play the order here. Oh, actually, I should just play in the Skyclave Aerialist. What was I thinking? So I'm going to attack into this Thallid and play Preening Champion, I think. Okay. Stormclaw Rager. I think people should probably be attacking with their stuff more than they are. So Marshall gives me an attack with just the Breeding Champion, really. Because I do want to actually keep the Order of the Mirror around. So, but then also lets me, yeah, I still think this is better. Okay. Well, they have a raptor as well. So if they attack here, I can just eat both their creatures. So that'd be good. Second Marshal. So if I play that, now suddenly the Order of the Mirror has a decent attack. It says Menace, transforms. I'm just going to play the Aerialist here too. And then next turn, I just got stuff. Much stuff. If they want to flip the dude, okay. How good is pacifism looking? Not great. So what do they mill? They're a Rampaging Raptor as well. Okay. Protocol Knight. It's pretty decent. Attack with these. Okay. Interesting. So they wanted that. So maybe I guess they could have a Wrath. That'd be pretty annoying. To have that, the black destroy all. Because they really wanted that land. Okay. So another sweeper. -3/-3 to. It's -3/-3 to white creatures. Okay. We didn't even have to play our Surge, but it was going to be good there. Yeah, I don't think we do much else. What have I got? 4 instants now. Yeah, I just hope we draw well. I mean, the first game wasn't actually a game because we only had 2 lands. So now we only have blue lands, but we do have good spells. It's a bit of a risky keep, that one, but my spells are pretty good. I guess change the equation is a lot worse. Oh, can I afford to keep up change the equation? I don't think so. If they have the raptor... No. If they have the raptor, it flips, and I'll just have to deal with it. The question is do I want to play Xerox Strobe Knight? I can't remember what removal they had. Okay, well, it's better than the raptor. All right, that's nice. That means I can now leave up change the equation. Play aerialist. Leave up change the equation. Stoke the flames. Okay, this is great because now I can change the equation this. Or actually, no, I changed the equation in the battle, right? That's fine. And now I change the equation this. And now, hopefully, yes. All right, that worked out really well for me. I'm not necessarily going to win this game because I'm still missing white, but it did work out very well. So they flip the Thallid. The question is, when do I want to flip my stuff? Preening Champion. So I think I flip this one because then next turn I can potentially double spell. Strobe Knight possibly dying now. Oh no, okay, they just have a 5/5. So I think my stuff has Vigilance, so it's actually pretty good on the defense. So I'll take 8 here. If I can find a white or a land. Yeah, white or a land probably would have won me the game there. As it is, I'm just going to have to attacks with these. Yeah, planes would have won me the game for sure. Planes still probably wins me the game, but it's getting tighter. I do have 6 power of flying right here. Okay, so if I can afford not to lose from this attack, which I probably can if they attack like this, because they can activate that. Is there something that gives trample? Hopefully not. My kingdom for a plains. Okay, I did get a plains. Still doesn't quite win the game. because this isn't a knight. Attack for 3. Okay. Might have just been better to attack with the raptor and pump everything into it. Okay, so they can... Right, so they're dead if I don't die here. This blocks 3. This blocks 4. They can pump it twice to give it 4, so it'll be 8. Right? They pump this twice. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's 8. I have 4, so I take 4 from there. This dies, it makes a 1, 1. Then I attack for lethal back in the air. If it deals combat damage to opponent, deals that much damage to planeswalker or a battle they protect. Twenty-three. So I'd go to 2 from there. Okay, I hope I haven't missed something. All right, it had to be close. It had to be close. That planes. Whoa. Still, we got the 3-0. Deck was very, very sweet. I don't think I made any changes to the main deck, so I'll just tweak that one out. Hope you enjoyed watching this. That's going to do it for today. Best of luck. May you cast many on-color uncommon lords. Catch you next time.